Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. It is said that we walk the earth with various spirit guides, some of which include animals. While to some people, the idea of a spirit animal seems like a cute and fun thing. To others, it is a serious inner and spiritual belief. Many cultures believe in spirit guides and their ability to help us through challenging times and lead us down the right path. For some, this includes animals, and we can potentially have different guides for different times in our lives. There are also spirit animals which stay with us, ones that represent our personality and who are inside. Other animal guides are just meant to help us through a specific time in our lives and give us a sense of guidance in the right direction. It is also said that we do not choose our guides, but rather, they choose us. It is important to be open to the different spirit animals around us and the signs they are trying to convey along the way. Today, let's talk about the INFJ spirit animals and what best symbolizes the INFJ. While it is important to uncover your spirit animal on your own, that doesn't mean there aren't potential animals that might connect with each type the most. There are certainly a few spirit animals to which most INFJs will find themselves connected at one point in their lives. Sometimes because they share similar qualities, and other times because the message is truly important to them. INFJs are intuitive people, but there are times when they might need a little help to inspire them in the right direction. For them, it is valuable to be open to these animal guides in hopes of learning more about themselves and the path they should be following to accomplish the best possible outcomes. INFJs are often very connected to animals naturally, and so for them, the belief in spirit animals might be something they are rather receptive to. Owl. The owl spirit animal is very connected to the INFJ since they are representative of wisdom and intuition. The INFJ does have a rather powerful sense of intuition, and their owl spirit often shows them to follow and trust in this belief. They might have a hard time trusting in this at times, possibly searching outward for answers. When the INFJ is struggling to rely on their intuitive abilities, the owl guide will come to them in hopes of helping the INFJ trust in themselves more. The owl is a symbol of wisdom and intelligence, and INFJs care deeply about learning and using their inner minds to accomplish things in life. INFJs have such rich inner worlds that sometimes they find themselves buried in their thoughts and imagination. The owl spirit does connect with this part of the INFJ, but also shows them to trust in themselves and the things they know. Owls also represent a sign of change or death of the past, which can mean it is time for the INFJ to accept change in their lives. When they feel a connection to their owl animal, then that means the INFJ needs to be more receptive to something new. Change can be difficult for the INFJ at times since they prefer to remain within their comfort zones. While it might be a challenge, change is inevitable, and sometimes the INFJ needs to become more open to this in their lives. Their owl guide comes to the INFJ in hopes of telling them it is time to open up to this change and to be comfortable with letting go of the past so that they can move towards bigger and greater things. Bat. The bat spirit guide represents intuition and reading the signs around them. INFJs are strong, intuitive people, and there are times when they need to learn to develop and trust in this ability. The bat guide helps them to turn to this inner part of themselves and stop being fearful of what it might mean. INFJs might encounter a bit of self-doubt in their lives, especially when people attempt to challenge their knowledge. Having a strong intuition isn't always an easy thing, especially when everyone around them continues to doubt their behaviors. People might not easily understand the abilities of the INFJ, since they don't always have obvious explanations for where their predictions come from. The INFJ's intuition isn't some sort of magical or unrealistic thing. It simply comes from picking up information and processing it through their inner minds. While this is something that happens naturally, people might not trust it. This can make it hard for INFJ to trust in themselves, especially when they feel strange because of it. Their bad guide is telling them to stop turning to others for reassurance, but to look inward because they do best when they trust in themselves and what they know. INFJs might experience a connection to the signs around them at times, or even recognize dreams as important. Their bad guide might become to them in dreams and help to learn how to trust in these parts of themselves. INFJs do need to learn to understand their abilities and feel a sense of confidence for what they have gone through. INFJs have so many unique skills and talents, and for them, it is vital to learn to grow in these special parts of themselves. Their bad guide simply wants to teach the INFJ that their intuition is a powerful tool and one they should not abandon for the sake of pleasing those around them. Swan. The beautiful Swan spirit guide represents many wonderful qualities, one to which the INFJ is usually quite drawn. The Swan represents a sense of loyalty and love, and the INFJ certainly connects to this part of themselves. INFJs are compassionate people who truly care about helping those around them, and care about being loyal to the people in their lives. This is why they are often naturally connected to the Swan guide, since they are creatures who represent faith and love. The Swan is about connecting to these relationships, but also finding a sense of self-love, which can be challenging for the INFJ at times. When the Swan guide comes to them, it is trying to help the INFJ learn to use this inner sense of love and caring and turn it on themselves as well. While they care deeply for other people, finding a sense of compassion for themselves can be difficult for them at times. And so, their Swan spirit guide wants the INFJ to show themselves a sense of love and patience, which they often give to those around them. The Swan also represents inner strength and beauty, and seeing this beauty in those around them. INFJs are capable of grabbing onto this inner strength and finding a sense of confidence in their abilities and who they are. And to do this, they need to rely on themselves and dive inward. Their Swan guide is helping them to see the beauty within and become confident in their strengths and power. The Swan also represents an understanding of the future, which is something the intuitive INFJs often possess naturally. Raven. The Raven guide represents introspection and looking inward to understand themselves and their true path. While INFJs do have a rich inner world, there are times when they might neglect their own needs and feelings for the sake of others. When the Raven guide comes to the INFJ, it is because they need to take time for introspection. While INFJs spend so much time alone inside their minds, that doesn't mean they easily dig deep into their feelings and needs. The INFJ can feel guilty focusing on their desires because they become so caught up in what everyone else wants around them. The Raven guide is trying to tell the INFJ that it is time to look inward and gain a stronger sense of self-knowledge. To learn about themselves, the INFJ needs to take this time without feeling guilty about it. They need to be comfortable focusing on themselves and diving into their inner desires and emotions for a while. This will help the INFJ to uncover what they want and work towards accomplishing their true goals without feeling a sense of guilt over this. The Raven guide is meant to give the INFJ confidence and courage along their path in life. While they might need to embark on a journey that is a bit difficult for them, the Raven guide is there to give them inner strength. When the INFJ feels connected to their Raven, that means it is time to find their inner courage and work towards accomplishing their true goals in life. It isn't always easy for them to take this journey towards introspection and understand their needs, but it is certainly important if the INFJ wants to grow and develop themselves into the person they are meant to be. Eagle. The Eagle guide represents a sense of freedom and resilience, which are certainly important things for the INFJ. They care about having a sense of independence in their lives, and feeling free is more important to them than people realize. The INFJ might feel crushed by the weight of those around them, and they will strive to live up to their expectations. While INFJs need to feel independent, they might not get this in their current situations. Because of this, the INFJ who is giving into their sense of guilt likely doesn't feel completely like themselves. During this time, it really can be overwhelming for the INFJ, which is why they are deeply in need of the presence of their Eagle guide. Their ego spirit animal comes to the INFJ when they need to connect to this desire to be free and make their own choices. When they are feeling stifled by those around them and trying to help those people, the INFJ does need to take a step back and consider themselves. Their ego guide is showing them that it is okay to take time for themselves and to break free from those restrictions and that feeling guilt they might be experiencing. The ego guide also represents healing, which is connected to the spirit of the INFJ. They are naturally healing people who believe in doing what they can do to help others improve and feel better. INFJs are often natural healers who care about helping people and want to be capable of tending to their needs. This part of the INFJ connects them to the ego guide since they have this natural ability to heal the emotional wounds of those around them and to help them feel a sense of compassion and safety when they are around the INFJ. While the INFJ certainly can experience a connection to many different spirit animals throughout their lives, there are ones who seem to connect most to their inner selves and their needs. When the INFJ experiences a connection with a certain animal, it is important to figure out why and try their best to be receptive to the message they are receiving. INFJs are people who find themselves naturally connected to animals, and so their connection with their spirit animal is likely a powerful and meaningful one. They have certain traits which might connect them with the animal listed above, but of course, it isn't quite as simple as that. There are plenty of other animal guides which might be the perfect match for the specific INFJ and the message they are needing to hear at any given time of their lives. That is it from us. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, make sure to scribble them in the comment box below. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. See you in the next video.